Hi, Robert. It's me, Doro. How you doing?
Good, Doro. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today for Metal Rules. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. Always. And thank you. And, I'm ready to go. And yours.
I am ready too. I think the CD that you're giving here is great. I think it's really a comprehensive look at all of your music with fantastic songs, and I feel it provides the fans with a sense of normalcy without being able to go to concerts. Was that the intent of putting this out?
Yeah, actually, yes. When we found out that all our touring plans got postponed or cancelled and all the festivals got cancelled, then I thought, I want to go back into the studio, work on a new album, and since everybody was all over the world, we couldn't get all together back into the studio like normal. And then I thought, I'm checking, I'm reading through my archive and see what's going on. And then I saw all these great songs and songs we haven't played in a long time. And then I thought, let's do a best of record. And at first I started out with like 15 songs which I liked, and it became 20, then 30, then 40, and now it's 56, and there are all kinds of special versions on many unreleased songs, or many unreleased versions, and many live versions we remixed from our last tour, the Forevermore is Forever United tour, like for example Revenge and Raise Your Fist and Rare Diamond and Make Time for Love. And and this year when we did some drive-in shows, we recorded some stuff too, like for example Love Me in Black. It's one of the songs I love so much, and it was actually from this year. And then I maxed out the CD capacity.
I wonder, what was the criteria, because you have so many great songs, what was the criteria for getting it down to these 56 songs? Must have been a hard job.
Yes, because there are many other songs waiting, and actually I thought, I choose and pick my favorites. Then I talked to the fans, and they gave me their ideas, and many fans said, some like these deep cuts, like some special version of Fortune Teller, or even Angels Cry, or Whenever I Think of You. And then I was searching through my archive if I would even see these songs, and I did, and so it was a group effort between the fans and myself, and the engineer in our studio was the Rock City studio, and he fixed everything, because there was always something, especially when you have live versions, there's always like maybe a feedback or guitars are out of tune, there's always something, so we tried to fix everything, and that took like 5 months to do it, and then all these duets, of course, I wanted to put on like my favorite duets, like with Lemmy, like Love Me Forever, or with Udo, we did Breaking the Law with this orchestra version, or Pete Steele, Descent. So there are lots of duets and great memories, and especially like some people are not anymore with us, like Lemmy, and we recorded Love Me Forever in the studio of Bob Kulig, who actually passed away a couple of months ago, and he played guitar on it, so I thought, I definitely want to put the studio version on, because that was awesome. And it was my first duet ever with Lemmy. It was on the Calling the Wild album, and then there are tons of live versions on it.
There's a lot of great stuff. I've been listening to it every day and really enjoying it. I'm gonna, and I keep going back and listening to different songs. So I like everything you put on there. I read in the press release that the European release is coming with a bottle of your signature perfume. How did you get involved in perfumes?
Yeah, actually, it's a while ago. I tried fiddling around with it in the early 90s. I think it started in 1993. And then and I was mixing and all that stuff myself, and I always wanted to have a perfume, but it took now a little while, so I found somebody who could actually really do it like professional with me, and and it's a perfume for ladies, and it's a perfume for guys as well, because I came into the office, I started my own record label a few years ago, and there's some people who are working with me, and we do like special things or limited editions or vinyl or picture disc, and I told them the idea like doing a best of album before, I mean, when we can get all together with the band, then we are ready. But so far, the last 5 months, it was difficult. So I was working on the best of, and then I told them I want to put like a little thing in the box. We always try to come up with something special. And I said I have this perfume, and I think it smells awesome. And and then the guy said, and how about the man? And I said, I don't know. I didn't think that men would like that too. And I said, yes, definitely. And I thought, okay. And then the work started again to get a nice fragrance for men. And of course, it can be unisex. It's always up to taste. And they come in like in big bottles, and you can pick and choose the limited edition, either the female one or the male one. And they have little limited edition like skulls, and it looks so cute. Even though when you don't want to wear perfume, it looks great in the collection, or like when you put it somewhere, it's really cute. And it's in the limited edition. Sometimes it's hard to ship it worldwide. I think in Europe, no problem, but to get it into the States, it's not so easy. So if people want to have it, I would recommend, like, I know Amazon.de, they have it, the German version of Amazon. So just in case some people are really into it, so Amazon.de. But to ship it worldwide, it's almost impossible, like, because there's so many regulations and laws, and so I thought it's easy, but it's not. But the diehard fans, they will find it. I'm sure.
Yes. That's fantastic that you're offering that. That's a great idea. I really like that, to make it even more special.
And the two double vinyl in color. One is clear and the other one is white. So for vinyl lovers, I'm old school. I love vinyl. So there's another box set with the vinyl stuff.
Me too. These days, you're often referred to as a female metal icon because you broke down all the barriers for women in an occupation that was dominated by men. What's your thoughts on that sentiment and that title that you're getting for being such an icon?
I tell you that sometimes that blows my mind, because I'm just doing what I love, what I can. I always try to make people happy, and and I never thought it's, I just love metal, and I always did, what I felt was good and right. So I think metal is above that. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or where you're from. And when people have something nice to say about me, of course, it makes me so happy and always keeps me motivated and inspired. And and if it inspires other people, that's so cool. I love that. And many young fans, they always tell me when they saw the "Oh We Are" video, that was it for them to start a band or to pick up the guitar or to start singing. So that always makes me happy, and it still works with, like, even little kids. If you play them the "Oh We Are" video, that's usually, there's then no stopping, and they become little metalheads.
That's fantastic. You're definitely an icon, so kudos to you on that. Let's talk about your longevity, because not many female artists have the longevity that you have achieved in heavy metal. Why do you think that is?
I started in 1980. I had my first band in 1980. It was called Snakebite, and then I had many other bands. And then in 82, we started Warlock, and I think we were right time, right place. It was when metal was starting to get really big. It was awesome. It was awesome to be a witness to that time as well, because there were no regulations, nothing, no security, no sound limits. It was awesome. So when I moved to New York, that was in 87, and we did this record, All We Are, Triumph and Agony, with All We Are on it, and I Will Ruins, and all that stuff. I felt, man, I want to do it for the rest of my life, and I made a conscious decision that I want to be dedicated to metal and to the fans, and that's it. And ever since, I'm really happy that I made that decision, like a conscious decision, and I never started a family. I was never like in one place for too long, except now with the COVID time that drives me nuts. But it's the first time that I'm there stuck. But I for like a normal life. Like all my friends and girlfriends, I said, yeah, we want to start a family and, you know, buy a house and have many children. And I always thought, man, I want to do another record and another song. And it was always about that. And then, and then I stayed that way, and I'm still like not married. I never got married, and I love kids, but I think I probably couldn't handle it myself. I'm so, I don't know, when I'm on tour, then, you know, it's hard to survive a tour, and I couldn't have a whole family. It's, I think maybe you have to make up your mind what you want. But other, like, female, like, musicians or singers, they actually have children. So it probably depends on the situation, and I guess it can work. But for me, I thought, no, I want to dedicate my life to the fans and to the music. And that is really, truly my family. I don't feel lonely or nothing. I feel like all over the world, the fans, that is my family, and I feel right at home, and I trust the fans with my life, and so far it's been awesome. So, yeah. That's
fantastic. You're very dedicated, and the fans do appreciate that, so thank you for that. You spoke of many influencing other people. Who influenced you? Was there any woman, female artist, heavy metal artist, or just woman artist that motivated you and inspired you to become the singer that you are today?
Yeah, so when I started out, there weren't many female musicians or singers, and actually my role models, that was usually all men. It was Lemmy and Rob Halford and Ronnie James Dio and David Coverdale, and then I was so blessed and so lucky and grateful. I could tour with everybody. Like, my first tour was actually with Judas Priest in '86. My second tour was with Wasp in the UK, which was awesome. Third tour with Ronnie James Dio, and then it went on, like Motorhead, Saxon, the Scorpions, in America, Megadeth. It was so awesome. And then playing all these festivals with all my heroes, it was super. So back in the '80s, there were not many women. Lee Aaron was there, Nina Ford, and I loved the Girls of Rock Goddess. There was a band out of the UK. Jodie Turner was an awesome singer and inspiration. And other than that, it was all men. And now there are tons of great female artists and singers and musicians. But in the early '80s, was really rare, and but it didn't matter to me. I always, you know, like when you see Ronnie James Dio sing, you know, that's like, you know, you don't need anybody else. It's like, oh wow, that's the real deal. Or Rob Halford or David Coverdale or Lemmy. So but now of course there are great female voices out there, or musicians. So but I was first influenced by somebody when I was 3 years old. It was Little Richard, and the song was called Lucille. And that made me like fall in love with music so hard. I knew I wanted to become a singer. And then when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, the glam rock time, that was very influential. It was like Sweet Slate, T-Rex, Suzy Quatro, Alice Cooper, and I guess besides Suzy Quatro, I didn't know anybody in the 70s. She was, probably the first one I saw, and I loved her. And we have the same day birthday, 3rd of June. I thought, that's a good connection. And I loved her. She had like a leather overall on, and first time I've seen her on TV, that was it. And first time I've seen Motorhead on TV, that was it too. So,
That's great.
And I was born and raised probably with the British wave of heavy metal. In the early 80s, that was very, very inspiring and stuff. But I always wanted to go to America, and then that dream came true when I was like, it was in '87, so, and then we did this album, Triumph and Agony, and then later on, Gene Simmons produced one of our records, and I was a big Kiss fan, and it was a dream come true, you know, like meeting Gene and working with Gene, and he was awesome, and he was very caring and great, and so I had so much inspiration, and
Kiss is one of my favorite bands, so I totally can relate to that.
And then even having I never thought I would ever meet them, but one time I got a phone call. It was a promoter, and he said, "Hey, Doro, you remember the Monsters of Rock Festival?" And I said, "Yeah, I played on it in '86, which was a huge festival, a great experience, and definitely it opened so many doors for us." And then he said, "I know you're a big Kiss fan too, right?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "You want to introduce Kiss on the Monsters of Rock Festival?" It was in '89, and I said, "Oh yes." And I flew over from America to introduce them in Germany. It was the first time that I met the Kiss guys, and that I met Gene Simmons. And then 1 year later, we were working on my next record, and it was awesome. I recorded a couple of Kiss songs, Only You, which I love that song, and I love that version. It was the Elder album, and I did Something Wicked This Way Comes. That was a demo Gene played me, and I thought, oh, love it. And later on, in 2 or 3, I did on the Fight album, I did Legends Never Die, and and many songs of Gene and Kiss, and
That's a great story. I want to be respectful to your time. I know that you said that you've been working for 5 months on this CD effort. Have you been using any of this lockdown time to work on new songs for a studio album?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if you've seen. There was one single, and we did a video clip. It was called Brick Wall. That came out, a couple of months ago. There was one song for the new album, and I thought, I definitely want to, put out the first single to get something out, but I didn't know that it would take that long. So the next record we are planning on next year, and I already have 6 songs done, and I'm just writing another song, and it's a song for the animals. The work title is called Heavenly Creatures, and I'm just working on it, and after these interviews I go back to the studio and work on that some more, and so I guess next year, and hopefully we can go back on the road next year again and tour all over, and we keep our fingers crossed. But if not, then we do some other little things, or I did some drive-in shows. That was actually a cool experience too, an adventure, a challenge. Not the same like a normal concert, but it was definitely better than doing nothing. So keeping active and and working on some stuff. That's always good to keep up a good spirit, and then maybe the movie Anuk, The Dark Flood, that might come out early next year. I did 3 movies, 3 Anuk movies. The first one was out a while ago, and I wrote many songs and sang on it. I played a little part. My part was Meha, a little warrior, and was pretty cool. She was fearless girl. So the next movie might come out soon too. And I did some other movies on the side with some independent movie makers. It was there was never a budget there. It was always for fun, but it was fun, and it inspires me too. That when people are creative, they're always and I think, I can write a song about it and stuff, and it keeps me going. And
That's fantastic. I have to go and look that up. That is fantastic. And I really want to appreciate your time to speaking with us today. It was a fascinating interview, and you're so kind and so sweet. I wish you all the success. Thank you so much for your time today, Doro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it big time, and I wish everybody the best. I wish you the best, and stay healthy and stay better, and hopefully we see each other on the next tour, and all the best.
I will be there. I will certainly be there when you come to New York or New Jersey, so definitely I look forward to that.
Oh yes, I'm dying to go back, and and say hi to all the New York guys and girls and musicians. I miss New York so much. My God.
I definitely will.
Hopefully soon I'll be back.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Doro. It was a pleasure to speak with you today. It was a fascinating interview. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you too. Thank you so much too. Okay, have a good one.
You too. Be safe. Bye-bye.